host of the Gridiron.
Fast. I mean, as if we even need to even. Just, no chance Hurts or Barkley plays. Well, they can't afford. Well, I mean, because Hurts, obviously he's not playing this week. He definitely want him in there, right? But they certainly don't want to. You see what Barkley's been to them, what Barkley's meant for them. They don't want to lose him, boy. That would really, really hurt. Really, really hurt, big time. So we'll have to wait and see. But we're talking about this game here. The one thing is now the focus has kind of changed a little bit because Joe Flacco is going to be the starting quarterback. Anthony, I still can't believe the dude did this. I really, really can't believe this. Anthony, I tap out Richardson, won't be playing. So you're going from, a running quarterback, who is not. Do I have this here? Is that the call? Okay. Obviously he's still young. You can still develop him and mold him and all that and everything. But, so far things are, the dude's an unbelievable athlete. No doubt, no question about that. But he's completing 47% of his passes. He has 8 touchdowns and 12 interceptions. Somehow, in his 11 games, they actually have a winning record. He's completing 47% of his passes, and they're 6-5. Meanwhile, Joe Flacco is completing 66% of his passes, almost 20% more, is 1-3 in his games. Joe has thrown for 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and he has a losing record somehow. I don't get it. But the one thing is now instead of having like maybe 2, what does Richardson have as far as rushing? Because the dude's he has 499 yards. What's he averaging? 5.8 yards an attempt. Okay, so we're not have to worry about Joe Flacco. That's for sure. We do have to worry about Jonathan Taylor. Now the thing is that going into this game, if Richardson was the quarterback, you were not going to have to, hopefully worry too much about being picked apart with their passing game. They got a bunch of guys that have double-digit receptions, but they don't. They got Pittman, who has 54 receptions, and Josh Downs, who has 59 receptions. That's pretty much all. They got Jonathan Taylor has 15. Alec Pierce has 29 receptions. Mitchell, another wide receiver, has 21. Trey Sermon has got 14. Tyler Goodson's got 10. Mo Ali Cox has got 12. Kylan Granson has got 10. So they got a lot of guys who got double digits, but they only got 2 guys who have 50 receptions. They got 2 wide receivers that have 50 receptions. So let's see. Their big is Josh Downs has 687 yards receiving on the season. Even the Giants have a receiver that has more yards than that, and that's not too good, right? So they got what they got. They got 3 guys. Now with Alec Pierce though, you got to be careful. He has only 29 receptions, but he has 645 yards. He's averaging 22.2 yards a reception. He has 5 touchdowns, and so does Josh Downs. They got 17 receiving touchdowns on the season, right? Which is not a ton. But then again, the Giants don't have a ton either, right? Joe Flacco is only good when teams expect Richardson to play. I think the run is only effective because of his running. Well, the Giants don't have to worry about that then. So that's good. But, the one thing they do have to, is with Taylor running, he's averaging 4.8 yards a carry. The Giants don't have a Carrick in there, right? Mike McFadden's not going to be in there, and Dexter Lawrence. So pretty much the heart and soul of the middle is totally right. So we're going to have Johnson in there, the linebacker, possibly got Muasau in there. We're going to have, it's not gonna be easy. It's certainly not gonna be. Taylor, what's he got? Is it 1,100 yards? He has 1,129 yards rushing, 8 touchdowns, 4.8 yards a carry. He's averaging 94 yards a game. He's averaging about 20 rushes a game. He catches 1 pass a game, so you don't have to worry too much about him in the passing department. But it's the run. But Richardson is a viable threat. That is for darn sure. And that might be why Richardson actually has a winning record, and he has a horrible passing completion, while Joe Flacco has a very good passing completion, but has a 1-3 record. So that's quite possible. It's almost the kind of, in a small way, almost kind of like the Lamar Jackson effect, right? Right. I mean, Lamar's a very good passer. Don't get me wrong there, but it also, because you don't know, when a guy's back there, is he going to run or is he going to throw? Is he going to take off or is he going to pay? You know what I mean? So it's the same thing with Richardson. Is he going to run? Is he going to throw? It makes it a different ball game. That's for sure. When you got, I don't know, 72-year-old Joe Flacco back there throwing, you're not worried about him taking off. I mean, maybe he might scramble from time to time and maybe try to pick up a first down or something, but for the most part, he's going to be a statue. This would be a great time for the Giants to try to get in there and try to get a pass rush on the guy. But the Giants' pass rush has been rather absent, shall we say, over the last however many games. Remember the beginning of the season, the Giants had all these sacks, leading the league in sacks and all that stuff and everything, and now it's just, I guess, obviously not having Sexy Dexy in there hurts as well. Hurts. So I got there's just some storylines here. This is Colts versus the Giants. 5 biggest storylines for Week 17. Oh, here we go. More infamy awaits. Will the Giants, franchise record 10-game losing streak and a 7.5-point underdog to the pedestrian Colts in this game? Wow. Will they go 0-9? Besides furthering their dubious record with their loss on Sunday, the Giants can become the first team in NFL history to go 0-9 at home in a single season. They will also set a franchise high for losses in a single season with 14. They are 0-8 at home this year, which is already a franchise record because they beat the 74 season when the Giants were 0-7 because back then they only played 14 games. You can't be 0-8 in a 14-game schedule because you only play 7 home games. So Giants ownership will be spared the indignity of more flyovers, pulling banners carrying disparaging and suggestive messages. The weather will be rainy with a low ceiling, which has grounded all non-essential air traffic in the area on Sunday. So we reported earlier this week that several banners were scheduled to fly over MetLife Stadium this Sunday. One of the banners would have read, "Mr. Mara, enough, clean house or sell the team." Another would have played into the mysterious drone phenomenon, reading, "Are drones searching for Giants wins at home?" The flight cancellations won't likely end this week. The Giants play down in Philadelphia next Sunday to close out the season, and there have been rumors that the banners could emerge in the sky down there. Neighbors is questionable. So this would be a huge hit to the Giants if Malik can't go. Giants star rookie wide receiver Malik Neighbors with a toe is listed as questionable for Sunday's game after practicing in a limited fashion on Friday. Neighbors is one of the few reasons for fans to watch the game these days. He has the Giants franchise record with 97 receptions this season, which is the 5th highest total by a rookie in NFL history. And he's doing it on a horrible team, horrible offense, and he has 97 receptions. And he actually missed time, right? Remember that concussion? Or he'd have well over 100 receptions by now. He was going for his 13th game with 5 or more catches, tied for the most by a rookie in NFL history. He's the only player ever with 50 or more receiving yards in 12 of his first 13 career games. Neighbors and running back Tyrone Tracy Jr. become the 3rd pair of rookie teammates, each with 1,000-plus scrimmage yards in NFL history, and the first since 2006. Well, they keep talking about an NFL history. Well, it's not NFL history because the other one was Robinson and Abner Haynes did it for the Dallas Texans, who became the Kansas City Chiefs. So they did it. That was in the AFL. That was not the NFL. That was in 1960, the AFL. So as far as I know, it's only been done one other time in the NFL, which was the Saints in 2006. But Giants head coach Brian Daboll was named the NFL Coach of the Year back in 2022. Since then, the Giants have gone 8-24 and are the worst team in NFL in many statistical areas. John Mara gave both Daboll and General Manager Joe Schoen a vote of confidence back in October after the Giants got to a 2-5 start. The team hasn't won a game since then, and has to wonder how much confidence Mara has left in the duo at the moment. The worst scoring team in franchise history? Nope. Nope. No, it's not. The Giants are averaging 14.3 points per game this season, dead last in the NFL. If they don't have an offensive explosion over the past 2 games, they will be closing in on several franchises' lows when it comes to scoring. Since the NFL expanded their schedule to 16 games in 78, the fewest points scored by Giants team was 237 in 1979. They have just 215 points through 15 games this season. They would need to score 23 points against the Colts this week to avoid tying or setting the franchise loss for most points over 16 games. If they go winless in their final 2 games, they will finish 2-15, their worst record since 1966, when obviously they were 1-12-1. So a lot of sorry. So then there's one other thing here. You want to go over here? 10 things to watch for the Giants versus the Colts. That's if you want to watch. Good old Drew Lock starts once again. I mean, between him and Tommy DeVito with their injuries is just unbelievable. So apparently we're going to have Drew Lock starting, right, going up against that Joe Flacco, and Tommy Chicken Cutlet Parmesan at the undrafted free agent play. Oh yeah. Oh, would a giant win drop them on the draft? Oh yeah, big time, absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, because the thing is, with their schedule, with their strength of schedule, the Giants' strength of schedule, if they would win a game, they would go from like 1 down to like number 6 or 7. I mean, they would plummet quite a bit, just like the Raiders did. The Raiders won a game and they won and they went up to 3 wins and they went from 1st down to 6th with their strength of schedule. So, yeah. So if the Giants were to win a game, they'll fall to like 6 or 7 or something. You know, it depends upon the other team. Any of the other teams, like the Browns or any of those other, whatever, they wind up winning a football game. But if they fall into a pack with a bunch of other 3-win teams, their strength of schedule, the Giants have a tough strength of schedule, so that's going to make them fall to like number 6 or 7 or something like that. And there'll easily be at least 3 or 4 other teams in front of them that will need a quarterback. So you can almost forget about the Giants taking a quarterback if they were to win a football game. So, but that might be a good thing. You don't know. All right. Then we got all-time series. The Giants, let's see here. Let's see. The Giants won the last meeting. Sunday's game will be the 18th regular season meeting between the Giants and the Colts. The Colts lead the series, all-time series, at 10-7. I went over the injury report. Phillips has a lot of upside. Absolutely. Oh, yeah. So there's Tracy, right? The Phillips, rookie 3rd-round pick, has played in 12 games with 6 starts this season. I don't know why he only has 6 starts. I mean, I find that so hard to believe, including 61 tackles, 1 sack, 7 tackles for loss, 1 quarterback hit, 2 forced fumbles. Heading week 17, Phillips found himself among Pro Football Focus's top cornerbacks this season, due in part to his strong play in the run game. Phillips returned to the field this past Sunday after missing the previous 2 games and finished with 6 tackles, including 1 tackle for loss. The slot corner has made a strong impression on the coaching staff. And, oh yeah, we need another cornerback like him. If we get another cornerback, oh man, that'd be fantastic. Kayvon's progression. After missing 5 games in the middle of the season due to wrist injury, outside linebacker Kayvon Thibodeau has been a welcome addition to the defense over the past month. Well, yeah. Thibodeau has at least 1 quarterback hit in 9 of the 10 games he's played this year, and a total of 13 on the season, with 5 of them coming in the last 4 games. Well, I'd like to see some sacks still. I'd really like to see some sacks, but Darius Muisow is playing fast. You know, also one of the things too is that with a lost season like this, Justin Fields is good. Well, Fields could be quite possibly could be one of our bridge quarterbacks, right? I think he might be available next season. I think him and Russell Wilson might be available. I don't know if we're going to want Russell Wilson, but Justin Fields, if we don't draft, or if we draft, say, Milroe or somebody in the second or third round or something like that, and you want to bring him in and try to mold him or whatever, Justin Fields, he's not going to cost you a ton of money, right? And he could be a very good bridge quarterback who certainly brings some excitement to the New York Giants fan base without question. So interesting to say. But the one thing is, like with a game like this, with Darius Muasau or some of these other guys and all, they're getting some valuable playing time. Valuable or invaluable, right? Playing time. These, just this is going to serve Darius well. 6th round pick. He's played well. I'm not saying the guy's a Hall of Fame or an All Pro and all like that, but he's played well. Got him on special teams, but these reps for him are huge, absolutely huge. If he gets, especially at the following week, he goes up against the Eagles and that offensive line, if they play him, if they start him at all, that's valuable. I'm not saying he's Ray Lewis or nothing like that, but it's going to help him because we always need good quality depth at all the positions, and having if McFadden or Carrick, whatever gets dinged up, if we have Muasau we can put in there, that would be huge. Oh, you think so? No, that's a shame. Well, you kind of want to. Wilson didn't look particularly. And the Chiefs are good, so, but he didn't look particularly fantastic against the Chiefs. So you kind of wondering if because he was on the cheap this year. Right, Wilson. I think next year, because I guess the Broncos are still paying his salary. So next year, Wilson might want some money if he's going to go with someplace. Now, I don't know if the Steelers are going to want to pay him a boatload of money. But be interesting to see where Fields winds up going. Let's see what we got here. Jay Kubas is the latest rookie to step up. Good old Jay. Yeah, once again, somebody like him, the 24-year-old played well in the run game and was credited with just one total pressure allowed on 44 pass and block snaps, according to Pro Football Focus. Now, once again, undrafted free agent from North Dakota State is very good in the run game. He could use to maybe get a little more strength or bulk up a little bit more, but once again, if he gets in there and plays, those reps would be invaluable for him. And somebody to be excited. I'm not saying the guy's a Hall of Fame or All Pro and all like that, but maybe somebody who might stick with the Giants, right? And if nothing else, he could be maybe some good quality backup for the Giants, right? But if you look at PFF, his run blocking grades by PFF are really, really good. Really, really good. All right, there we go. What else we got here? Brian Burns' leadership. Now, I'll tell you what, I love the Burnsy. Guys plays Knicks and banged up and all this stuff and everything. All the guy does is go out there and plays his heart out, That's all he does. Great pickup. Really, really great pick. I'm very, very happy. I wonder if the guy can stay healthy. He's been banged up since training camp. He's always been something wrong with him, even in training camp. The guy comes out, all he does is bust his butt on game day. I love it. But it'd be amazing if maybe one of these things, maybe next year, maybe he can stay somewhat healthy. It'd be fantastic. But Brian Burns is a fantastic player. I'm really, really happy we signed him. Really, really happy. And then they talk about here another one, scouting the Colts defense, which is, the Colts jumped out to last week against the Titans, a 38-7 lead. The Colts defense is not, they gave up. I think they actually give up a little bit more than the Giants. They gave up like 24 points a game. So, yeah, we're not talking, the 2000 Ravens defense here or nothing, But, that might happen. That's possible. Yep, Sam Darnold. Oh yeah, that's possible. Absolutely. That's certainly a name to keep an eye on. That's for darn sure. Sam Darnold in the offseason. Hopefully, though, with Sam Darnold, because when he was with the Jets, didn't do too good. When he was with Carolina, didn't do too good. Then he went to Minnesota, he's doing good. Now, if they let him go, if we pick him up, what can we do with him? Are we going to get the good Sam Darnold? Or are we going to be able to get the good Sam? Or are we going to get something in between? That's something. So I'm saying, so if the Giants don't draft a quarterback, there'll certainly be a bridge quarterback out there, one or two that Giants can at least try to go out and get, without question. But the Colts defense is not super phenomenal. I mean, I said they're giving up 24 points a game, but unfortunately for the Giants offense is not very good. So yeah, there's a chance. You tell me there's a chance we could put up some points this week, but. I thought last week when we were up 7-3 again, not that we were going to win the game, but when we were like 7-3, I'm like, we're winning. Oh my God, this might be a close game or something. And I mean, you look at the past. I mean, it was obviously we've had a couple close games in the past, but I mean, you looked at the Raven game, right? You look at the Buccaneer game, where we're down 23-0 at halftime. I mean, the game against the Falcons, against a rookie quarterback, and all just. Whew. The one thing is with this game coming up, right, the game against the Colts, right, they're nothing super special, right? Certainly the Giants are nothing super special either. But that's why you play the games. You have no idea what the final score. I mean, I could be talking 24 hours from now, talking about a review of the game, and the Giants lose 31-3. Certainly can happen. But you don't know what's going to happen. That's why you play the games. If you knew what was going to happen, you don't even bother playing, right? A bad bounce here for the Colts, a bad call there, this, that, the other thing, or whatever. Anything. A block pass that gets tipped up in the air to a Giant. He runs it in for a touchdown or what? Anything, right? Anything can happen, right? Maybe the Giants. I don't want to say win, but it could be a good game. That's why you play the games on any given Sunday. Anything's possible. And when you have a really bad team at home and you got a mediocre team on the road, anything's possible. Now, I've said this before. Look at Drew Lock, right? He's not on the Giants. He's not signed for the Giants for next season. He's a free agent. What's he going to want to do in this game? Is he going to want to throw like 13 more pick sixes, or is he going to want to go out there and ball and win? Because his financial future, some of it is based on this game. If they just if the team's next, you keep seeing him throw pick sixes and he gets fumbles the ball and incomplete and all that, what's he going to make next year? The amount of teams that's going to want him on their roster is going to really shrink, and the amount of money he's going to get is really going to shrink. He's going to want to go out there and ball. He's going to want to win the game. He's going to want to throw 3-4 touchdown passes, no interceptions, 300 yards. That's what he's going to want to do because it's all on his resume. Everything's on his resume, right? So when next year rolls around, if the Giants don't want him back, some other team will look what he did against the Colts last year. We're not going to pay him $10 million a year, but we'll be the backup. All right, that's cool. We'll be the, So, I mean, everybody on the Giants, this is all on their resume. Nobody's going out there and saying, well, we need to tank for a good draft pick. Because if you play bad, you might get cut. If you can play bad, you'll be on the sideline. These guys go through all this crap all season long so they can play the football game. So ain't nobody tanking. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. So it is what it is. All right, guys. It's been 1 hour and 32 minutes. Whoever spent any time listening to me live, thank you. Well, if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.